I want to talk about something that's been weighing on my heart, the way we, as a society, talk about the very disabled students, especially the ones who can't speak. We talk about protecting our disabled loved ones from the harsh world of nefarious people and systems. But protection can easily become a cage. If we only ever shield disabled children and then adults from struggle, we can also shield them from growth. Disabled people face enough external barriers, they don't need the people who love them adding internal ones. In the disabled world, this is called the dignity of risk. Failure is not the worst thing that can happen to a disabled person, even after their primary caregivers are gone. The worst thing that can happen is never getting a chance to live one's life on their own autonomous terms with full agency. Every person deserves the dignity of risk, and every person deserves the chance to surprise us, and most importantly, they deserve the chance to surprise themselves. Yes, some days will be hard, some goals may take longer. Some paths may need adjustments. But that doesn't mean we stop striving, it means we get creative. We adapt, we believe, we do the believing for our loved ones because the rest of the world surely will not. History is full of disabled people who were told they'd never achieve anything only to prove everyone wrong. But they didn't do it alone. They had someone or several someones who believed in them. The way we, as a society, talk about disabled students. Too often, we focus on what they can't do instead of what they can. We set limits based on assumptions, not possibilities. We lower expectations in the name of realism or protection, not realizing that in doing so, we may be holding them back from a future they really could have had. People think this is about ignoring challenges and struggles or pretending disability doesn't exist. It's about refusing to let those challenges define a person's entire life story. It's about believing in potential even when that potential looks different than we expect. I've heard it so many times, we just want to be realistic, or we don't want to set them up for failure, or it is nicer to not to push them so hard. But here's the truth, realism is often just another word for low expectations. And low expectations become self-fulfilling prophecies. When we assume a child can't handle something, we don't give them the chance to try. When we don't let them struggle, we don't let them grow. Disabled students and their caregivers are constantly told, directly and indirectly, you can't do this. This is too much for you, you should aim lower. What if instead we said, let's try? What support do you need to be successful? What would this look like for you if it went well? How can we make this possible for you? This isn't about forcing someone into a mold they don't fit. It's about expanding the mold or breaking it entirely. So here's my challenge to all of us parents, teachers, therapists, friends. First, check your language. Stop saying can't before you've even tried. Replace the concept of never with how can we get this done. Second, presume competence. That means to assume they can until proven otherwise, not the reverse. Listen to their goals, even if those goals seem unrealistic. Third, redefine success. Progress isn't just linear, small steps matter. Independence looks different for everyone, and that's okay. Just remember that no human is truly independent anyway. We are interdependent on each other and on systems. The goal should be autonomy and agency. And lastly, the way when we say we advocate fiercely. Of course, we fight for resources, accommodations, and opportunities. But why not be the caregiver who says why not? In a sea of other parents who say no to their loved one or never about their kid. You don't have to go along with them, feel pressure to think less, or feel crazy that you're the family that believes in your child more. What your child thinks of you is way more important than your parent peers any old way. I know we are all already advocating fiercely, but what are we advocating for? Our loved ones' right to dream, to face with risk in life, with proper education, communication, and resources to try for those dreams? Or are we advocating for more but different types of cages with different names like safety, being realistic, or pushing too hard is cruel and unkind?